Hey y'all, it's Alicia. Welcome back to my channel and happy Saturday, y'all. Happy Saturday. So first I want to say thank you so much to everyone who wished my mama well yesterday. Many of you, without me reminding you, somehow remembered that she had a surgical day. And while it was a small thing compared to what we've been dealing with, it still was a very important appointment, and so many of you remembered. And I'm just real grateful to y'all. So thank you so much. Thank you for your texts. Thank you for your messages here. Thanks to a couple of you who called. Honestly, I'm grateful. And I can't thank you enough for your support. I wanted to come on last night and tell you about my day, but I was super exhausted, guys. I think emotionally, after these last few weeks, yesterday was just really scary. It's strange, right? It's a small thing compared to what we've been dealing with. But I was scared. You know, my mom has just gone through this really difficult time. Her health has not been stable. I can share with you now that the doctor, when I first got here, she had a couple of problems. It wasn't just that there were long-standing concerns around the big C word, cancer, but it's also that her blood pressure was unbelievably high. And when I mean unbelievably high, those of you who understand blood pressure or in the medical field, hey Heather, my mom's blood pressure on an average day is 175/75. And 175 is stroke level, folks. But there have been times where it's been 220. So it's very frightening, and she is on a ton of medicine for it, and regardless, her blood pressure is not diminishing. And on top of that, she developed a condition called orthostatic blood pressure, which is when you get super high, like 175, and then you suddenly get up from a chair and it drops to below 50 and you pass out. So we've just had a lot of really scary things. So yesterday, in contrast, is not so scary. Basically, my mom ruptured all the tendons in her arm, which means she lost use of her arm, her right arm, which is super dangerous because she needs a walker. So yesterday, though, in terms of scariness or in terms of difficulty, is not so terrible, except that my mom has really high blood pressure, and so that just makes everything so much more dangerous. So a big heartfelt thank you to everyone who texted. There are so many of you. I couldn't believe it. My phone was dinging up the hospital. I'm not kidding. And to those of you who called, I could not believe you called. I didn't see it until after. Inside the hospital, obviously you're not allowed to use your phone, so I didn't get any calls there, but I saw you called. So thank you. And so many of you left me messages here. I just feel very, very blessed. I really do. So many of you have been so supportive through this, and it has not gone unnoticed. And I'm just really grateful, and I needed to say that. So my mama pulled through like a trooper. And I am so blessed, and there is a good chance. I want a doctor to give a check mark, but there's a good chance that later this week your girl is heading home. Isn't that amazing? I'm going to cry, actually. It's such amazing news. I really am going to cry. Mostly for my mom, not just because I'm homesick, guys. Y'all know I've been homesick for months, but my mom is finally, I can't help it, my mom is finally getting strong enough that I may be able to leave. And that makes me feel like these are tears of joy. They're not tears of sadness. They're not tears of frustration. It's relief. It's relief. And I'm so grateful. To everyone who prayed for me and for my mama, thank you. To those of you, like my friend Carmen, who kept me laughing and cheered me on, thank you. To Jelly Bean, who despite having such a chronic back problem, guys, she's had 4 surgeries, like chronic back problem. She has reached out to me each and every day. And every day it's the same thing. How can I help you? Do you want me to call? What would make you feel better today? Jelly Bean is like a really special human being. So, hey Jelly Bean, thank you so much. My best friend actually was astounded by each of you and how much support. And I'm telling you, crafting's contagious. Because my girl who never thought about crafting is now this winter going to take up crafting because of all of you. She loves your projects. I've showed her Jelly Bean's work. I've showed her Susan Tutsy Tucker's work. I've showed her Cruz's work. I've showed her Alicia Love Letter Generation's work. I showed her Crafting with Liller. I showed her Donna Dreams ×3. I showed her Miss Deb Hendricks' work. Oh, yes, I did. And she has a harder time looking at it on Instagram. I tried to show her like Lisa's work and Laura Cunningham's work and Zuli's work. And, you know, so many of you who are on there, but my mom and my bestie both have trouble with Instagram. I don't know if it's just too small. They need reading glasses and they don't want to admit that. I don't know. But they just can't seem to see it. But your videos, the bestie loves. And I think she's found a new thing that she might just actually interest her this winter. So thank you. Because, folks, like Heather, I have a lot of artist friends. Like they might be a writer or a poet or a novelist or a musician. But none of my friends do crafting. None. If it wasn't for you all, I wouldn't have anyone to share this with, ever. So when I became friends with Carmen on Lily's channel, and we became friends in real life, hello, Miss Carmen, I felt like the luckiest person on the planet. Because Carmen and I live like a 15-minute drive from each other in Florida. And we can hang out, and we have plans to hang out. And I just feel like, how lucky am I that I have a friend who crafts who lives near me? I never thought that would ever happen. And it's thanks to each of you that I have people to share my work with and I can talk to about paper pads and palette and color and glue. And you don't roll your eyes at me because you all know if we start doing that with our other friends, they're like, did she just talk to us about glue for 25 minutes? I can talk about glue for 25 minutes. And paper? Oh my, I can talk about paper a lot longer. So if not for you guys, I wouldn't have anyone to share this with. So thank you. Thank you. I don't know how I got off on this tangent. Maybe just recognizing that I am the luckiest human being for all your support. And it made a big difference. So today I went to see Mama and her posse of girlfriends are there and they're like, get out of here. And I was like, what? And they're like, get out of here. Go take the day off. Go do something fun. So your girl did a little making. Worked on this is for my Secret Santa, which is almost finished. And I cannot wait to share it with you. This was an altar composition book, but guys, I agree with Miss Corn. Did y'all hear? She was saying like the stuff she hauled at the DT from the Dollar Tree had glue gobs and you could see the glue. It's the same thing here at Dollarama. Let me see if I can find you the other one. Here, let me show you. Look at this. Would we ever send a project that looked like that? No, look at this. And I'm hiding it with the green. And it was actually hard to lay this paper down because they scrunched up the borders so badly on these composition books that they all, look at that, look how terrible. Even on my crappy camera, you can see how bad it is. So, not great, guys, but on this one, I managed to cover up most of it and fix it, which is good. I'm not quite done yet. For the cover, I used these amazing snowflakes I got again at the Dollarama for $1.25. And you won't be able to tell on my camera, but they came with a little holographic glitter, not too much. I added some more to mine, and I cut off the stringy string. And what I did was, you see that eclipse shadow of lighter green? That's actually the same musical paper. And what I did was I cut that out myself, fussy cutting. Nothing like a rim of a glass to make a circle, folks. And then I layered the snowflake on top. Oh, you can see I glittered it up some more. Glittered this up a bit more, laid a piece of the Pebbles ephemera on top. Now my husband in his suitcase gave me a surprise today. He brought my stickles, my liquid pearls, and my Nuevo drops. So your girl is laughing. I was so excited. Isn't that nice of him? I can't believe he brought it. Because, the husband is not so pro crafting, guys. He hates all the supplies. But that was so thoughtful. So I managed to, even though my bad camera, I did manage to use the holographic stickles, which I really love with this because it matches this. And I added one little gemmy. I added a row of gemmy and some pink trim and a snowflake and a gold star. And on the back, I just did music paper. And just like Mamie suggested, I built a middle centerpiece that is real thicked up to provide the book with some support, as you can see. And I included some packaging backing so it feels like chipboard. Built a little pocket, added some ephemera. I'm not done decorating yet with this one, folks. I just laid down everything. I have not done the interior decorating. And on this one, I did this paper, and I built a little envelope out of green musical paper. And I didn't do it using a punch board. You can see it's a very ordinary envelope. I followed a tutorial from Treasure Books, who I love, because she makes these beautiful books and junk journals. But she had this little mini ephemera making series. And she has a way of making these envelopes in all different shapes and sizes without a punch board. And we all know I don't have my envelope punch board here, so this is what I did, and it worked really well. And I added a little piece of ephemera, but I've not decorated it up yet. And that, folks, is sort of where I got to on the composition book. I have some more things to do. And then I just did a bunch of paper laying. Like, I'm making a bunch of projects, so I had to cut, measure, and glue. cut, measure, and glue. So I did a bunch of that and got them all laid down nice and perfectly flat, no rippling. Despite not having a bone folder, despite not having tools, I was able to do it nice and thick. So I did a bunch of that kind of prep today and made sure that all that hard work was done so that I can start decorating. My Secret Santa projects are almost done. I am really close. I did go a little overboard because your girl got somebody she knows. And not only does she know this person, but I had really already intended to send this person a You Made the Nice List package. So I decided, because she's my Secret Santa, that I was going to go far out as I could using the supplies I have, which we all know are limited, but that I was going to do my best to make her a really special Secret Santa project. And I cannot wait to share with you. I'm hoping to be able to do that. I wanted to do it tomorrow night, but I don't know that I'll finish quite everything because I thought I was going to have tonight to make. But guess what? My friends and family are throwing me a birthday party. I'm not kidding. I'm actually going to go and get ready now. We're all going out to a restaurant. It's a lot. My husband's family is huge, guys, like more than 50 people. My family's small, less than 10 people. But we're all coming together and we're going out to celebrate my birthday tonight. So I will not have time to do crafting or catch up on my comments or watch videos until I get home tonight for my birthday. But isn't that thoughtful? And my husband took me out late last night. Guess where he took me? Disco bowling! I don't know how many of you bowl or if I've ever told you this, but your girl has been a bowler since she was a little girl, since she was like 4 years old. And we went disco bowling, and I don't know if I shared this either, but your girl loves to dance. And I love hip hop. I love cheesy 80s music. I like 90s kind of like grungy music. Oh, we had so much fun at Disco Bowl. They turn off the lights, they put on like club lighting, and they play music, and your girl was dancing and bowling. Oh, it was so much fun. It's the first time I've gone out since I've been here. Wasn't that amazing? It was the best. It was the best. Especially after the day I had yesterday. It was the best. Best stress relief. And now tonight we're going out for my birthday. So I won't be back on here till later tonight. I probably will be pretty pooped. But hopefully I'll be able to watch your videos. I will catch up on comments tomorrow. I'm spending the day with my mama because she is going to be home. And we got to make sure she really rests this arm now. And we take good care of it. She's going to have to start physio next week so that she gets back some movement. So I'm going to do that with her. And her best friend is in the hospital, if you can believe it. So after I visit with my mom, I'm going to take her to see her best friend and then take her home and make her some supper and make sure she's okay. But tomorrow night, I will have time to do catching up on comments and videos. So watch for those then. And that is it, folks. A big thank you again to each of you for being just outstandingly supportive. Your girl is super grateful to you. And I hope everyone has had an amazing Saturday. I hope you did something creative too. And I'll see you all tomorrow probably. Until then, have an amazing Saturday night. I hope whatever you do, that it's something that brings you joy. And if it's not crafting, if you're not making something, then I hope you're spending time with friends or with family or reading a good book or whatever gives you joy and serenity in your life. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. And you know Sundays are my favorite day of the week. Bye for now, y'all. Bye for now.